Hey everyone, I'm back, and today we're going to be talking about Snow White and the Huntsman. And this movie came out in 2012, and it stars Kristen Stewart, Charlize Theron, Chris Hemsworth, and I've never seen this movie, or maybe I have. I don't remember. Maybe I've seen parts of it, but point is, I'm not really super familiar with this movie, and I just stumbled upon it while it was on Netflix, and I watched it, and it wasn't good, sadly. And basically, a decent amount happens in the film, and it's not super boring for the first half hour. And surprisingly enough, the movie never looked bad. It was well shot. There was some stuff that looked kind of cool, and the special effects, they still held up, and they looked great, and there was some stuff to appreciate about the film from a technical perspective, but sadly, it didn't really carry the movie for me because the story itself was pretty boring, and I never once cared about anything that was going on. And Kristen Stewart, she was fine in it. I didn't really think she did amazing, but I just didn't feel much of her character, and it's partially the performance and also partially how the character is written, because really there's not much to the character that you learn over the course of the film, because like I said already, a decent amount happens, but nothing interesting happens, and they don't really develop the characters all too much, and Snow White, she's just destined to do some stuff I don't even know what. I forgot, and that's pretty much her character. The Huntsman is just not the Huntsman, and that's it. And these characters have no character, really. And I like Charlize Theron in the movie, even if she was a little over the top at points. I thought she was one of the best parts of the movie. And I did say there were some cool visuals in this movie. And, well, that's still true, but sometimes it is kind of pointless in the context of what's happening in the scene, and that was a bit weird. It's like, okay, you're just showing off of some cool things, and that's all you're really doing. And about halfway through the movie, I was just getting really bored while watching it, and I started to notice that this is basically just a worse version of Lord of the Rings. They tried to cram in Lord of the Rings into a 2-hour movie, and it doesn't really work. There's no build up that I find to be satisfying. The payoff isn't that great, and the action is not good. Too many cuts and close-ups, and I couldn't really make out what was happening, especially when it was taking place at night. There were a lot of pointless things that were going on in this movie, like a love triangle that was kind of touched on that doesn't really go anywhere, and I felt that could have been cut out entirely. And there's a whole bunch of stupid little things like that that are just thrown into the movie that just don't need to be there, and there's too many characters. A lot of them don't even serve a purpose, and they're just there to add to the number of characters that are in the movie. And the villains of the movie I didn't find threatening. They're just there to be chasing our main group of heroes to keep the tension up, and that's all they do in the movie. And I was never really clear as to the limitations of our main villain's powers or what she could do. It was kind of just just pick and choose what she could or could not do at any given moment, and that was a bit annoying. And there really isn't a whole lot else to the movie. It's just very forgettable. A bunch of stuff you've seen before, but just done worse. And the effects look nice, but that's about it. It's not a bad looking movie, and it's just hollow everywhere else. So skip this movie if ever you come across it. I don't think it's worth your time, and I've forgotten most of this movie already. So with all that being said, I'm going to give Snow White and the Huntsman a 4 out of 10. Thank you for watching my videos as always. If you enjoyed this review, be sure to leave a like and comment down below your thought of Snow White and the Huntsman, and my social media links. They will all be in the description, so follow me there. And last but not least, subscribe to be a part of Foley Nation, and I'll see you when I get my next review up, and that is going to be for Clear and Present Danger. So look forward to that, but until I get that up, thank you for watching and have a great day.